Hey Cam fam, welcome back and welcome to Keeping Up with Cam. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a returning subby, thank you so much for coming back. Today we have our Toddler boy hairstyle video number 47. Alright, so we're going to be starting with our Hawaiian Ginger Moisturizing Hair Butter. I absolutely love this stuff. I'm just putting it in his hair to give it a little bit of moisture, a little added softness. We are working on day-old hair, so we want to just add a little pizzazz back in. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to part his hair down the middle, and then I'm also going to do a V-shaped part starting from the middle of his hair, as you can see, going outwards. You can do this as big or as small as you'd like, but that's the general size, and you'll see what it ends up looking like for me. So now I'm going in with our Shine and Jam, the yellow one. Love this for his hair. It doesn't have too much of a hold to where it leaves like this residue and flakiness and stiffness and dryness, but it keeps the hair well while we're braiding. It does its job, keeps it laid and flat, and just makes it a little bit easier to style our kiddo's hair. So this front section of parting, we're actually going to be using this triangular set of hair, and we're braiding it down towards the face, not away. So that's why we're going to start the parting from the middle of the hair going forward. So I'm cutting up that triangle into two, and then I'm cutting those into three. You'll see that a little bit more once we start on the front of the hair. But now we're going to work on the back. So I've taken that back section and I've split it in half, right down the middle, vertically, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm going to make horizontal parts going inward to the center, starting from the bottom, going in, and they're kind of at an angle. We're trying to get like a full bun up in one type of vibe, but it's gonna look very spaced out to the outside when we're parting it. So you'll see what that looks like in a second, but we are going to be braiding inward. So as you can see, we have, I believe 8 of them, and they're just spaced out equally. They're not really parted properly right now because I'm going to do that as I braid and use my Shine and Jam, but that's what the parting looks like in the back. So we're going in and use that Shine and Jam, guys. Make sure it is keeping our parts nice and neat, as clean as we can make them. I go in and I put the Shine and Jam on the scalp. I use the tail comb, go over it to make sure that the line is straight. Then I'm going to put the Shine and Jam on the hair itself, comb and or brush that in just to make sure that the part is going to work well. So as you can see here, I am braiding the second braid, but I braided the first braid in the wrong direction. So I will re-braid that in a second. But as you can see, we're just braiding it inward. And then once we get to that middle part, we're just gonna braid the ends like we normally would, all the way down to the end. If you like, you can do this as a style where you keep all the braids going outward like you see the first braid, but I just wanted more of a bun look. I actually had a reference in mind. I don't know if you guys watch Power, but there is this one character. I'm going to put his face right here. I can't even remember his name, but I saw the braid and I was like, oh, I like this style so much. But it was just a little hard to do it on Cam's hair because his hair is a little bit longer and he just didn't want it to look like he has like bangs. So I put my own little twist on it. But that was the reference that I had in my head when I was doing this style. So doing this style, you have a lot of options because you can do it the way I'm doing by braiding it inward. You could do it the way I showed you before, which would be braiding it outward, but you can also do this as a no braid style, and you would just, each section that we have here, you would either twist if you can flat twist is what it's called. Yeah, if you can flat twist. If I'm saying the wrong thing, let me know. You can do that as well, Or you can put the Shine and Jam or whatever product that you use on the hair, comb it through, brush it through, make sure that it's flat. Add the elastic to the end. So like where my hands are right now, I would add an elastic and then I would braid or twist the ends. And then I wouldn't have to do any braiding on the scalp or cornrowing, whatever you want to call it. And it's an easy style. If you're doing it that way though, it probably won't last as long because you already know these styles don't last that long with our kids rolling around and doing all they want to do. So keep that in mind, but there are options for getting this style done. It doesn't necessarily have to be done braided or braided this exact way. So this style doesn't take that long to get done. I think I took the most time trying to like get the perfect section parted out for that front triangle. But other than that, once you have the two like big sections that you need and you're just doing the rest of the sectioning, once you get the sectioning done, this style is super quick to get finished because you're just braiding it right in. And that's it. So this is a good one if you're in a little bit of a time crunch, but this style does last for a while, so that's a good thing. So I took this video thinking, oh, I'm done the back, let me just get a clip of the back. Yeah, I'm actually not. I have one more braid left on this side here that I realized after when I took it down, so it looks a little like wonky. That's because there's one still to go. All right, so we're getting started with the top. I'm gonna take all these billion elastics out, and as you can see, we have 3 on each side. We have one big one, we have 2 big ones divided with a small one in the middle. Sounds weird to explain, but it makes total sense. What we want to keep in mind when we're braiding is we want to kind of try and slant the braid either to the left or to the right, depending on which side we're braiding, solely because we don't want the hair to be right in front of their eyes, right in the middle of their head, just dangling. It's gonna be annoying. It's gonna like bother their eyes. It's gonna just bother them and their concentration. So make sure that you are tilting it a little bit to the side when you're braiding so that it's gonna lay like on the end of their eyebrow instead of the middle or like the beginning. You just want it to have like that just natural sitting position so that the style is functional and they don't get irritated. So as you guys can see, this one is smaller in size than the first one, and the third braid that we're going to do, the one after this, is going to be about the same size as the first one. Now this middle one, this smaller one, I did it and I think it looks better starting in the middle of the 2 braids that are surrounding it instead of starting at the same point and just being 3 braids beside each other. So I did start it towards the middle, and that just gives it this nice sleek look. It just gives it a little bit of a difference between the 2 that are around it and keeps the style looking cute. So we want to know what you guys ended up doing for Valentine's Day. Did you do anything special for the kiddos? Did you give them a nice, cute style to go to school? What did you guys end up doing with your kitties for Valentine's Day? Let us know in the comment section below. We love to hear from you guys. This style was definitely only a challenge in the fact that Cam wanted to keep his head forward so much, and I had to keep pushing it back, like, hey, keep your head back, because he's so, I guess because the iPad's in his lap and the braid is coming forward, he just naturally wants to bring his head down. So be mindful of that. It may be a little tricky sometimes because they're just gonna be like, I just want to dip my head down while you're braiding. So you're going to go ahead and add that smaller middle braid into the final one on this side. So you're just going to add it in and you're just going to braid it all the way down. When we did that second braid, we didn't braid the end, so we're not doing like a braided end into this one. We're just braiding the end together all the way down. And so we're going to have two pieces, like two ends hanging on each side instead of three, because the middle braid is consisting of the middle braid and the smaller braid. Okay, honesty time. I had so much trouble trying to style this. I did like 3 different versions of styling this before I did this. As you can see, it's in a bun at the end. I'm not keeping it like that. What I am going to do right now is I'm wrapping the ends up and tying it and just keeping all the ends together. That way, it kind of just, for lack of a better word, makes the style more masculine. Instead of leaving it just out, like I found like he kind of looked a little bit like a girl. So I wrap the ends under and I put the elastic and I tie the elastic going upward so that the ends are flushed to the braid and not with the ends flaring out and it looks kind of weird. So after I do that to the front, I then went to the back and I braided the ends together and I added an elastic to the ends as well. You guys, look how cute this style ended up. I'm so happy with how it turned out. We have, I think, about 9 braids in the back section going inward, and then we have the 6 in the front going down. Everything kind of meets up in the middle, and then we have that braided ponytail at the back of the hair. Now, we also have a second version. It is a bun. As you can see here, you can just wrap that braid up into a bun. Makes it a little bit easier. Still very versatile and cute. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button down below. Thumbs up this video if you enjoy it. Share with your friends and family. Hit us up on Instagram. And don't forget to comment in the section below. We love talking to you guys. That's it for now. Bye.